How you doing, sister? You doing all right? So you see this sign right here? Where do you see yourself on this sign right here? On this side, this is what God calls you. On this side, this is what our oppressors call us. So where do you see yourself? The first one, from the tribe of Judah. So basically you saying like your father would be an African American, right? So you come from the tribe of Judah. Do you know who else came from the tribe of Judah?
Bring it out, huh?
The greatest man ever to walk this planet Earth. You know who that is?
Bring it out.
So I'm gonna show you something. If you come from the tribe of Judah, Jesus Christ also came from the tribe of Judah. We're gonna show you that. Which one of these do you think is Jesus Christ? Look at these signs over here. You think this is Jesus right here? You don't know? We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you. Get in Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna show you. We're gonna show you how Christ.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1.
Bring it up.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
So in the book of Revelation chapter 1, it reveals to us what Christ looks like. Right. That's our Lord and Savior. We deserve to know what he looks like, right? So go to verse 10. We're gonna show you.
Verse 10. I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day.
So John the Revelator says, I was in the Spirit on the Lord's day. The Lord's day is the Sabbath, which is today.
Right.
Read.
And heard behind me a great voice as of a trumpet.
So when you walk from over there, you heard a loud voice, right? As of a trumpet. That made you look and be like, what they doing? That's what John the Revelator did. He said, let me go see, what is this? Read.
Saying, I am Alpha and Omega,
Come on.
the first and the last.
Read.
And what thou seest.
So this voice, which was Christ, said, what you see, do what?
Write in a book.
Right in this Bible.
Right.
Because we need to know what Christ looks like. Because there was going to be a point where they was going to change it.
Right.
They was going to give us the false image.
Right.
Read on, verse 14. We're going to show you what he wrote.
Verse 14. His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So let's look at these two pictures right here. Does this man have white woolly hair? No. What about that man over there? Right. So if you look around today, what people have woolly hair? Us, black people.
Right.
And it said it was white. If you look at some of our grandpas, their hair starts to turn white or gray, right? So that's letting you know already, okay, I'm starting to get a visual. Read on.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire. That's because Christ drank wine in moderation.
Right.
You know, it's when we drink a little bit, the white of our eyes start to turn red.
Right.
That's really starting to paint the picture for you. Right. Read on.
And his feet.
And his feet. You wear sandals sometimes, sis. It's the top of your feet the same color as your face. They are, right? Right. So, this is finna show you right here. Read on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
He said his feet look like fine brass. What color is brass? Like a brown, right?
That's
but let's
right.
see. Was he light-skinned? Was he brown? Was he dark-skinned? We finna find out. Read.
Like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
So if you burn that brown, what color is it gonna turn? Darker.
Right.
It's gonna be black.
Right.
So that's letting you know our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, he's a black man.
Yes.
So I'm
Right.
gonna ask you something. Who is this then?
Make it plain, huh?
That's what they want us to think, right? Right. We're gonna show you, because do you think we've always had this image? No. There was a point in time that this image came about. Give me 1 Maccabees 3 and 48.
Yeah.
We're going to show you exactly where that image came from.
I think they just made the image like they could make people about us older and they wanted to.
And you absolutely right.
That's right.
You are absolutely right. Watch this. Because this was, God told us that this was going to happen. He told us it was going to happen. Read that.
1 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 48.
Bring it out.
And laid open the book of the law.
So our slave masters laid open the book of the law, is his Bible. They laid open our book and did what?
Wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
They paint the likeness of what?
Of their images.
Of their image.
That's right.
They said, no, I want Christ to look like me. I want God to look like me. I want the prophets in this Bible to look like me. Letting you know we had our black images already.
Right.
But they whitewashed everything. That's why we don't know that we the children of Israel, because they told us, the people over there across seas, they said, no, those are the children of Israel. That's what they told us. So I'm gonna ask you something. If Christ is black, have you ever heard that God had a color? Or you was told he's just a spirit? Do you believe that there's an image of God in this Bible?
Teach us. Teach us.
Game 7-9. We gonna show you. We gonna show you everything today. Because we want, when you leave here today, we want you to feel like, okay, can't nobody say nothing about how I look because I look like my Father. I look like God. I look like Christ. We gonna show you what God looks like. Read.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
I beheld till the thrones were cast down.
So this is the prophet Daniel. He said, I've seen all of the thrones, all of the kingdoms in the world cast down.
Right.
Read.
And the Ancient of Days did sit.
Ancient of Days means before time.
Right.
There's only one man that was here before time, which is who? Which is God.
Right.
That's a title he has, the Ancient of Days. And he said he saw him what?
Did sit.
Did sit. So for you to know God is sitting, God must have a what? For you to see God sitting, he must have a what? A body, right? For you to know he's sitting, he must have a body. Read.
Whose garment was white as snow.
And he had on an all-white garment. You'd have been to the club before, right, sis? What do us brothers put on when we want to be as fresh as possible?
Bring it out.
All white.
Feeling godly.
Right. That's where we get that from. We get that from our Father. So the Most High had on an all-white garment. Read.
And the hair of his head like the pure wool.
No, it was straight.
Like the pure wool.
Who else had woolly hair? Christ.
That's right.
So we showed you Christ is a black man with woolly hair. God is a black man with woolly hair. So if that happened, give me Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. Because you got to ask yourself, okay, so is that where my hair comes from? Because remember, God said, let's make man in our image, right? Let's see. There had to been a reason that, you know, they put that in there. Read.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 27.
Bring it out.
So God created man in his own image.
God created man in his own image, which lets you know Adam and Eve were what? Black people.
Right.
We've always been here. We've always been here. So we're going to show you something. By you knowing you from the tribe of Judah, which means you know that you Israel, right? Or do you understand that you're Israel? You understand you Israel. You know that you came from God. You know you his people. Let me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. So we're going to show you, because God, you know, when he made us, when he took the time to make us in his image, he didn't just say, okay, go down there to earth and just do whatever. Right. He wants us to do something for him. Right. He wants us to honor him. So we're going to show you how you do that. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
So now that you know you Israel, we're going to show you what God requires of you. Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So God says he wants you to serve him. He wants you to fear him. He wants you to love him. Does that sound like a lot? It's not a lot. Because guess what? For you to do all of those things, he only asks you to do it in one way. Read on.
To keep the commandments.
To do what?
To keep the commandments.
So for you to keep the commandments, that's how you do everything he wants you to do.
Right. That's right.
And they not hard. They not hard to do. So I'm going to show you something real quick. Give me 1 Corinthians 11. Give me 1 Corinthians 11. We're going to show you a very easy commandment that you can start keeping today. Very, very simple. You got me? Read.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11 and verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So the head of every man that you see out here, the head of every man walking around is Christ. Right. He's our head. We have to answer to him when we do things. Right. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
Now it says the head of the woman is the man. Because what have we been taught? We've been taught 50-50. You got some men around here saying you haven't been taught that.
I've always been taught God is first.
Right.
Me and the husband.
Right. There you go. Right. It's an order. It's a divine order. But you know, a lot of our people, they don't know that. You got a lot of brothers around our age that's out here doing whatever. They say, no, I serve the woman. They put her up there above, sometimes above God. And God says no. He said Christ is the man's head and the head of the woman is the man. Read on.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is God. Letting you know God and Christ are two different people. But some people try to say no, they're the same person. No, there's an order. Because guess what? When Christ was here, some people try to say that, oh, well, Christ came to change things. He got to answer to God. So he can't change. What's going on, bro? You know what we out here doing, man? What's going on, bro? You know what we out here doing? You all right?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just trying to open up, see what's happening.
Oh, okay. So I'm showing the sister, you know, the divine order that God has for us. Right. Matter of fact, start it over. Read.
Verse 3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ.
So I was explaining to the sister and for you as well, sir, that our head is Christ. That's the person that we have to answer to. Read.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman. Are you married, bro?
No, sir, not yet.
Not yet, but you plan on it, right? When you get married, you are your wife's head.
That's right.
You are responsible for her. Read on.
And the head of Christ is God.
And the head of Christ is God. People say that when Christ came here, he changed things, but like I explained her, no. Christ got to answer to God. Right. So he didn't change anything. He just showed us more in depth of what's required of us.
Right.
Read.
Every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonoreth his head.
So when we come out here, and this is a commandment that you keeping, bro, you ain't even know it. When we come out here and with this Bible is being preached, or if we're praying, our head must be uncovered.
Right, right.
Anytime that this Bible is out, we praying must be uncovered. That's a commandment that you keeping, bro. Read on.
But every woman that prayeth or prophesieth,
it said, but the woman, if you are praying or prophesying, read,
with her head uncovered,
with your head uncovered,
dishonoreth her head.
Dishonoreth your head. So right now, you would be dishonoring man, Christ, and God. But that's a commandment you could easily start keeping. Very easily. That means you go home today, you pray, put your head covering on. Simple. Or you got a hood on your jacket right now?
Right.
You got a hood, you can put your hood on right now. You keep that commandment. Very simple. So what you think you should do?
Put my hood on 100.
That's right. All praise to the Most High. All praise. Guess what you just showed? Give me 1 John 5 and 3.
Bring it out.
Matter of fact, we're going to start at verse 2. 1 John 5 and 2. We're going to show you what you just did. Read.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God.
So this is how you know if you love your people. Read.
When we love God and keep his commandments.
When you love God and you keep his commandments like you just did and like you doing right now, you just showed you love your people.
That's right.
But guess who else you just showed you love? Read.
Verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
So that's how you show God you love him, when you keep his commandments.
Right.
So right now, y'all showing God that y'all love him, and y'all showing that y'all love y'all people. And guess what? By you doing that, read that last part.
And his commandments are not grievous.
Was it hard for you to put your hood on? No. That's what God said. My commandments ain't grievous at all. So I'm gonna show you another commandment. Give me Numbers 15:38. Because do you see these? All of us having our shirts. You know what these are? You know what these are, bro? We're gonna show you. This is actually a commandment in the Bible. Right. But church never teaches you this. They ain't never showed us this before. I was in the Christian church about 20 years. I've never heard about this, never seen it. Read.
The book of Numbers, chapter 15, verse 37. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments.
So God told Moses to give us the commandment. He said, speak unto the children of Israel, which is you two, which is us, and bid them, which means command them to make fringes in the borders of their garments. Read it.
Throughout their generations.
Throughout their generations. Are we still generating as a people?
All day.
All day.
We ain't never stopped.
We ain't never stopped, which means what? We have to continue to wear these. And they look good. They look good. You put some of these on your jersey, man, I'm telling you, they gonna look good.
Right.
You put some of these on your hoodies, they'll look good. You look, we got a picture right here. Y'all remember the Native Americans?
Yeah, that's us. Right.
Look at this right here.
That's us.
They had them on. They continued to wear them until they got conquered because they knew that they still was supposed to wear them.
Right.
You put it down.
That's going to my veins now.
Yeah. Also, Where you on this sign, bro?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm slowly learning.
What's your father? What's your father? I'm your earthly father.
Oh, my earthly. Oh, he black.
He black. So that means that you come from the tribe of Judah, just like the sister right here. Me and you from the same tribe, bro. So continue reading that, because there's a specific reason we're supposed to have these fringes on. Read.
And that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue.
So when you have these fringes, God said he wants you to put a blue ribbon on there.
Right.
It can be royal blue, electric blue, navy, as long as it's blue. That's what God wants you to have.
Right.
Read.
And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it.
So it's for you to look at and do what?
And remember all the commandments of the Lord.
And remember all God's commandments. That's why you see so many. Because some people say it's only 10 commandments. No, it's over 613.
Right.
That's why you see so many fringes on here. And when you look at it and remember it, what you supposed to do?
And do them.
And do what?
And do them.
And do them. So for you, bro, like an easy commandment, like you said you plan on getting married. You dealing with a sister, you supposed to remember, oh, the law says Hebrew 13 and 4, and we're going to get that for you. Give me that. We're going to show you what the law is saying, because you dealing with a sister, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's all I deal with.
We're going to show you what God's, this commandment for you to look at and remember. Read.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
Marriage is honorable to God. Remember, the first commandment that he did was marriage between Adam and Eve.
Right.
That's the first thing he did. So that's humble. That's big to him. Read on.
And the bed undefiled.
So whatever you and your wife do, whatever you and your husband do, that's undefiled. That's cool with God, as long as it's lawful. Read.
But whoremongers and adulterers.
Whoremongers and adulterers. Adulterers are people that cheat. Y'all know, people that cheat. Whoremongers and a whore is basically a fornicator.
Right.
What will God do to them? Read.
God will judge.
He will judge them. That's why when you look in our neighborhoods, we got all these people got STDs. Right. Like all these people that's burning. We got all these baby mamas and baby daddies.
Right.
God will judge us when we don't keep when we don't keep the law of marriage. He will judge us for that. Sister, I got a commandment for you. Another easy one you can start. Give me Deuteronomy 2 and 2 and 5.
No.
1 Timothy 2.
1 Timothy 2. Give me 1 Timothy 2 and 9. 1 Timothy 2 and 9. We're going to start there. This is a very easy command for you to start keeping, sis. Read.
1 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 9. In like manner also, that the women adorn themselves in modest apparel.
So I'm going to ask you something, sis. What does modest apparel mean? Modest apparel is when you are wearing clothing that does not reveal your shape. Wearing clothing that doesn't bring sexual attraction towards you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
God said he wants his daughters, because you're his daughter, he wants his daughters to wear modest apparel. And would you agree with that, bro? Like, you get married, would you want your wife walking around, especially if she ain't with you, would you want her going to the store and she's showing everything? Hell no. Hell no.
Right.
You want her to dress modest.
That's until it's time to get down.
Right. That's right.
Just keep it real.
Right. But because y'all gonna be married.
Yeah.
Right. So you gotta think, since God, he wants you to dress modestly. He don't want when you walk around going to the store, men up here looking after you like a dog after a bone.
Right.
He don't want you. He don't want you to walk around like this, sis. So we gonna do this other command, because there's a specific way that he wants you to dress. Give me Deuteronomy 2 and 2 and 5. All right, this is the last one for you. Deuteronomy 2 and 2 and 5, real quick. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22 and verse 5. The woman,
You, sis.
shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
Read on.
Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So I'm gonna ask you something. What is a woman's garment that a man should not wear? Panties. What else? Bras. A dress, right? A dress or a skirt. Because Tyler Perry do that, don't he? So if we're not supposed to wear a dress or
He
a
ain't the only
skirt,
one, man. He ain't the only one. Do we
if
really
we're
gotta
not
keep
supposed to
running down
wear,
the list of this shit?
right. So if we're not supposed to wear a dress or a skirt, read the first part again.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So what do women wear that pertains to men? Pants. So God says he don't want you wearing pants, sis. He wants you to put on a modest dress, a modest skirt.
I was brought up like that.
You were?
Yes.
Hey.
That's all I wear now is pants and tennis shoes.
That's what it starts.
Because that's why I always have to wear
But
pants.
guess what? This is your time now to change, sis.
Right.
This is your chance to change.
So I'm 38 now.
That's okay.
Luke 13.
You can start today. You can start today. God says, hey, I want you to dress this way, the same way you put that hood on. It's easy.
Right.
It's easy.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are how men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.